Having rested for 1.5 days after crossing onto the Bahamian banks at Memory Rock in the middle of the ocean, I upped anchor and motored to Mangrove Cay. Once again the elements were against me for most of the trip, but the water of the Bahamas is a sight worth seeing, so I didn't mind being out there. I arrived at Mangrove Cay around 6:30 p.m, my first sight of land since leaving the USA. I dropped anchor, had a beer, watched the sunset, ate some food and passed out again. Okay, so I'm just looking at the chart from my trip across. I was trying to get to West End here, but I was steering, I was on this course, I was steering about 25 degrees south to allow for the current pushing me north, but it pushed me far further up than I realised because I wasn't able to do any chart work because I was at the helm at the time. I didn't realise just how much I was getting pushed. So it was because of my forward speed, just wasn't quick enough. It was good with the sails up, I was doing 6-7 knots, but without the sails I was sometimes down to 2.5 knots. And the current's up to 3-4 I think. Anyway, I ended up somewhere up here, just trying to work it out. But I think the boat I saw was on this reef here, must have been. Because I saw him and then I came down past, and then I saw Memory Rock Light. I was coming down here, but I was making less than a knot at times because of the current, all the currents going on around here. So I just thought it's crazy, so I turned around and I came back in through Memory Rock here, or this pass, and I was absolutely exhausted, so I've dropped anchor just here. So this is where I spent the night, in the middle of nowhere. It's been lovely. So I've kind of recovered, but my body's still aching a lot. But I'll survive. So then I'm going to steer this way, meet this line here, and go across to Mangrove Cay for the night. So this is where I'll be stopping tonight. On my way to Mangrove Cay. It's a lovely day, but the elements are against me again. Got wind on the nose, current on the nose, but the current should change in about an hour, so I should get some lift from the current. But I'm only making 2.5 knots and it's 23.5 miles, so at this rate, unless I speed up, I won't be there for 10 hours. God. It can be slow going in this sailboat sometimes. This is by far the slowest boat I've ever had under motor and the hardest to steer. It's very twitchy. I can't do it watching the compass, it's too tiring, so I have to pick things out in the sky and just sort of line up a cloud with a shroud and stick with that for a bit. I know the clouds are moving, but that works best. But even my little Seafarer 29 with an outboard engine would comfortably do 5 knots. I'm doing well to get 3, so it makes for long days. So I'll be glad when I can sail more, because sailing I'll get 6 or 7 knots, you know. The engine just, it runs sweet, but it can't go 5 knots, which is exhausting. I've still got hours to go before I get to Mangrove Cay. A bit of weather up ahead, I can hear thunder cracking in it. It looks like rain on the water, so I think I might get a bit of a downdraft and some Heavy rain, hopefully no lightning. Peanut butter. Can't beat it. Nom, nom, nom. It's amazing, I'm the only person out here. Just as I say that, there's something on the horizon over there. Sport boat. That's it, the anchor's down, and I have travelled just over 100 nautical miles from Fort Lauderdale to arrive here at Mangrove Cay, which is my first landfall in the Bahamas. And I suspect it's going to be a beautiful night, except for Mr. Mosquito, so I better get the nets in. Cheers! I've made it to the Bahamas. Now I've just got to clear in. That's the yellow I require customs clearance flag flying, so when I arrive at Spanish Key, hopefully they'll be nice to me. Anyway, here's to fun in the sun. By the way, that blew up when I opened it because it had been rocked around in the hold.